anything new with the dogs?
Well, no, I'm raising up these two males, and they're really they're really what I it's like some of the stuff I had years ago, which really isn't around anymore. You got like just the head types and the bodies. Everybody they talk about the heads on these oldies and Americans, and years ago they all used to have this big. We used to call it top skull, that split between the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You can go in inch and a half deep, and the stop goes straight up and down. And you don't see that very often anymore. And it's a nice, it's just that's how they were. The extreme dogs, not even the bully dogs. The extreme dogs are that way. And hey, you got a female that's bully. Well, you want to breed it to an extreme dog, you know, because bully's the way to go. Well, that's the way it was years ago. Nowadays, a lot of the oldies got the teeth sticking out, tongue hanging out the sides, droopy eyes, the sloppy look. I don't like it. Like I say, I am who I am, and back in the day, this is the style of dog that we had. You know,
Yeah.
and that's the only thing I'm gonna us. The only kind of dog I like. I like those big apple cheeks, and you know, so I'll roll with them. Yeah, I've been getting calls all over the world, really. Thailand, UK. I'm working with a
Yeah.
couple guys to get some semen over there.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, it's just dogs like that just don't really exist anymore. I mean, there may be a few out there. I haven't seen them, but I hope there is a few. You know, that would help. It's almost like when a breed gets extinct, or not even a breed of animal. You know, like an elephant or whatever. You get down to just a few. You got to do something to maintain that style of dog. And tricky with dogs, you got to breed with what you like and what you remember. You know, a lot of people may like, the little chubby dogs, and that's fine. But I can't go out and enjoy my dogs if they can't function. They're not a solid. They got to be able to handle themselves. God forbid.
Yeah.
That's just that's part of owning a big 100-pound bulldog. They have to function. That's about it. That's all I'm doing. They're like my
Yeah.
pets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any in-house plans coming?
Well, I might, I did a breeding, and I had just ended up with two female puppies, and they were beautiful. And I was really banking on keeping a male off it, but it didn't work out that way. So I might repeat that. You know, I'm doing it for me. If I had 50 puppies, I could sell all 50 puppies, no
Yeah.
problem. But I'm not into having a bunch of dogs anymore. I got this one female that's really put together, really nice, and she would complement my boys. So um, that's I'll probably maybe do that again just to get a male or two off of that and keep them. And yeah, I don't have much really going on with that.
Yeah.
With the dogs. I'm not gonna, I'm not into selling puppies, and even to have a litter to keep one or two for yourself, you have to sell the whatever's left. And I'm not real crazy about. Last time wasn't easy. Was easy because I had a couple of guys that really, really understood what
Yeah.
what they were getting, and they were like, actually, one guy flew in from Oklahoma. I met him at the airport, and the other guy, I believe, was from Kansas. He sent a shipper here, cost him arm and leg to get those dogs back. And yeah, it was real easy. They're not hard to sell, but just I don't want to. I like to keep the blood a little bit exclusive.
Probably nice to have a couple males though, just to
Yeah,
showcase what you got going. And
yeah. Hey, don't get me wrong. Like I say, if a lot of people that if they have an American bulldog and they're not happy with, maybe they see things on. You look at a female and She's bully, and she got good bone, decent bone. Um, you know, one of my dogs, would have put a crazy head on it, more extreme, put bone, girth. Now you get it all, pretty much. You get it all. So I had a couple of guys hit me up. Maybe we're gonna do a couple American Bulldogs breeding with heavy, and basically at the end of that, they're gonna look like it's an extreme American Bulldog like we had back in the MGK days. You know, but like I said, them dogs are long and gone, long gone. But it really takes. I don't know. For me, when I was cross dogs with developing breeds and making the breed for my liking, I never had a problem doing it. If deep down inside I thought a dog would help, I would just do it because, like I said, I did it. I do it for me. You know.
Yeah.
Uh, um, the American Bully Pit, and here's the thing. The crazy thing is some of the bulliest blood in the XL game, right, goes back to a dog called Bear. Bear was a Hermes old bulldog,
Right.
and that all that blood, uh, that all that the big baller got a lot of that blood is an XL. That all comes from old bulldoggy, the old bulldog, old Hermes bulldoggy, and they chase that blood. A lot of guys chase that blood, because it's probably the bulliest blood out there, and it also retains a lot of size. But that stuff gets watered down after a few generations, But I guess it was accepted back then to do it. I don't know if it's but I've had a few XO guys hit me up on it about doing some things, but I don't think they're quite there yet. I think they're still gonna try to get those big apple cheeks and the high rise and the split in the skull, that crazy uh, um, what we call that, the split in the between the eyes and all that. I mean, that there is, you're just not going to get that. That there, it has to be right there back in the pedigree. It's got to be 1, 2 generations. It's got to be there to get it. You can find a dog that even has it these days. Like I say, a lot of these features, they're hard to come by. They really are. I don't care what breed, Oldie, American, Bully. Uh, every once in a while you'll see one, but it might be, you got to be careful because that might be a throwback. What I like to do with my dogs is give you 4, 5, 6 generations with the apple cheeks, with the split in the skull and all that. I like to show you the progression, you know, not just one dog that happens to have it because it's a throwback, aka it's a fluke, and then you breed to the dog and you don't get it. Wasted whatever money the stud fee was and shipping of the semen, and you didn't get what and that really sucks. You know. So you guys gotta show you 4, 5, 6 generations back that all these dogs have that type of headpiece. So now you're feeling comfortable with the blood. It's strong. It's just a strong blood that's going to throw those features.
Yeah.
It's not rocket scientist stuff, but you got to pay attention. You just got to pay attention. Even till today, if the right dog comes down the pike, uh, and I want something right off that dog. I mean, I'm gonna jump right on it. I don't care what you call it, XL, extreme, American Oldie. I don't. Like I said, I don't put letters in front of what I like. Like I said, to me, they're all bulldogs.
Right. Right.
And I think that's how you make a dog that's custom to you.
Yeah.
Anyway else, you lock yourself into a box. Everybody's chasing the same thing, but nobody's getting it. Hey, but then you got the people that are happy with a 75 pound 19-inch tall dog. And then, you got the English people that like heavy English. Then you get the problems with the English. And that's where the breed went, whether they want to admit it or not. No, I think it is originally what I think it was it was a way to get people. English bulldogs were really hot at one
Yeah,
time,
yeah,
and if you had an English bulldog and you were selling it for anything less than 2,500, it was gone. They were even 25 years ago. You're paying 25 to 3,500 for an English. So I think what happened is the oldie breeders would breed these things as close to an English as they could, and knock down $1,000, 2,000, 25 a pop. I
right.
think that had a lot to do with it. So what they would do is they would take even an oldie right back to an English, call it, is what it is. They call it an oldie, but looks like an English. So a lot
Mm-hmm.
of it was a money thing. And son, at the end of the day, when you got 10, 20, 30 dogs, you got to go where the money is. But at the end of the day, that breed, uh, you just kind of basically changed the standard and the look of the dogs. You just kind of basically changed the standard and the look of the dogs. All the dogs started looking a lot. Uh, even in sometimes the only thing that those dogs even look like in English sometimes was in the face with the big underbite, but
Mm-hmm.
the body still really never got to be like an English. So even the people that saved $1,000 didn't get what they wanted either. So nobody really won. You know. You, the oldie shouldn't look like an English. It's a different dog. But everybody has a different idea what they should look like. Even me. But back 25 years ago, I remember what they looked like. That's what we had. We didn't have the English, that English heavy on the English. So you get something now where maybe gives people a different look at a dog, and they can look at the dog for what it is, and it gives them another option. And I've talked about this too, like with a bunch of people, and even with the bully game and the American bullies,
Yeah,
uh, oldies, Americans, everybody wants a freak.
yeah.
Everybody wants that extremely thick, massive, bully, blocky, boned up dog. I don't care what breed, oldie, American, XL, extreme, standard, pocket. Even the pockets. Everybody wants that big, wide, big head. So everybody wants. That's what sells. That's what sells. That stuff. That stuff that's lighter bone and maybe has a tad better conformation. That stuff don't sell. You look at the XL game. Everything's extreme. How big? How big is the dog? It's 240 pounds. He's 21 inches. Everything. How big's the head? Oh, the head's 30 inches.
Yeah.
That's what people want. You can't fight it. You can't. Oh, you shouldn't like that because it says it has a big head. Doesn't mean it doesn't have anything wrong with it. The people that are buying the dogs for a lot of money are buying the stats. Is what it is. You're going to change how the game is played. Nobody's got me, you. Nobody's going to change what people are paying for. That's what they want. That's what the people want. And they have a handful of people that say, "Hey, I want something that's going to run 25 miles and this that." You may have a few people like that, and if you're one of those people, you can get the dogs cheap because that's not what's bringing the big money. You know, I know with those
Yeah.
XLs. I know that's the only thing that brings money is how girthy the dog is and how big is the head and how big is the spread. They don't care about anything else. You know.
Well, look at these pockets. Like the ones that are winning shows aren't bringing in the same kind of money as the ones that are on the outside of the ring doing these stack offs, the extreme standards.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bullies that are
Yeah.
the 80, 90 pound
Yeah.
freaks. Those, I heard one guy give a stat. He had sold like 50 stud credits in less than a day.
Yeah. That's the way it is.
And he wouldn't even get